Hey guys, it's Shinken from the Pendit, and today I'll be going another Chinese pen, the Moonman M2, which is an update of the Lakai acrylic, which I will be showing in another video, maybe a week from now. Okay, this pen is actually pretty nice. The problems with the Lakai M1, M2, or no, the problems with the original Lakai acrylic, and I feel they've sorted these out, but I also feel they've created new issues, and I'll show you why soon. But I'm just going to go over the pen real quick, and then I'm going to go in depth and then do a rank sample. Cool. So you can see an eyedropper. I've seen some people been able to adapt this to a cartridge converter. They've just been sticking in standard international cartridges. I don't know how well they fit on, but it's meant to be used in eyedropper. It holds a significant quantity of ink. Right now it's filled with Diamine Oxblood, but actually works well with this red kind of band in the middle of the pen. It's not a finial or a cap band or anything, it's just a band on the barrel. It's a very torpedo shaped pen that's kind of pointed on both ends, and it does post rather securely. But I don't want to have it posted for a very good reason, which I'll show you soon. It has a standard number 5 nib, and that's available in extra fine as well as medium. This is the medium, and it actually is pretty nice and juicy. Okay, let's just go from top to bottom. So the top is a very straight finial, and right below that you can see a very clear section for the nib itself, below which there is another kind of slightly frosted section, not frosted by much, or maybe that's just me using the pen a lot. There is no clip on this. This is a clipless pen, and other clipless pens like maybe the Kaweco Sport or even the Pilot Kakuna work well because they have some facets on it which prevent it from rolling off the table. This is rolled off the table multiple times. There are gashes on it, but there's nothing major, and I don't feel it's gonna break, and the ink is not gonna go anywhere. Trust me. The cap screws off and it does post, but I don't like to have it posted because the threads are right at the end, and I feel I might either like dent the threads or like reshape the threads, or when I just do this tightly enough, I might actually crack the whole pen, which I actually don't want to do because I actually really like this. Right below the threads where the cap screws off, there's a red band and it says Moonman on it. That's all it says, and then it meets with the whole barrel of the pen, which is just like the cap. Now I don't want to remove the section of this pen because there is ink in this, but between the section and the barrel there is an O-ring that is indented, so it's not going to go anywhere, you're not going to lose it, it's completely fine. But that's just something to be aware of. You don't have to silicone grease this thing up unless you want to. It's always good to, but I haven't done it to mine and it hasn't leaked on me ever. It hasn't even burped on me, to be honest. The section is very flat. It's rather big. I think it's about 12.5 millimeters, which is sizable. Like the 149 is 13 millimeters, which is just slightly bigger than this. The nib is in a nib unit, which does screw off and is interchangeable with the Lakai acrylic as well as other standard number 5 nib operators. I'm looking at Genhao and stuff, but I can't be completely sure. The nib is rather juicy. It's not very fat, but is very, very juicy, and the feed does keep up with my Nox broad nibs as well. I'm going to show you how this thing writes, this original stock nib, and I'm going to see you soon. Okay guys, this is the writing sample for the Moonman M2 with a medium nib, and today's ink is Diamine or Diamine Oxblood. It's supposed to be kind of a reddish brown ink, but to be honest, this is what it looks like. It doesn't look bad at all. It doesn't look bad at all, but it doesn't look as though it's all advertised like a red ink. Here it is against Monteverde Brown, and here it is against Pelikan Edelstein Smoky Quartz. It's a very okay. Now that I see it against these two inks, it is kind of a reddish brown. It's actually pretty nice. It doesn't work well on really crappy papers like Diamine Oxblood did, but it's pretty good. Let's go with the writing sample. Okay. Alright, so it hasn't skipped on me ever. At least this nib has never skipped on me. But I'm not going to jinx it. Actually, I think I just did. This nib is actually pretty wet, to be honest. It doesn't put off a huge line width, but it does put on a very wet line. For flex, it doesn't flex as much, or I don't want to push it because I really like the way this nib writes. But it does give some flex. Like, it gives some, not much. On a wetness scale, this nib is actually pretty wet. On the side stroke, it's meh. On the up and down stroke, it is really wet. Yeah, it's really wet. And that's what actually helps with the signature. Okay, that's just me. Let's do it again. That's me again. Okay, that was all me. This nib doesn't want to be like turned a lot, but it doesn't skip. It was just here that gave me problems, more or less, but otherwise it works pretty well. Alright, that was the rank sample. I will see you guys right now. Alright, thanks guys. It's it from me for the Moonman M2. I hope you liked that. I'll see you guys next time, but until then, stay safe.